It's been almost 4 months since that winter storm caused widespread power outages all across the state of Texas. The KVUE defenders have been investigating what went wrong that left millions without power.
But the Electric Reliability Council of Texas doesn't want to give up those answers. Investigative reporter Brad Stryker has more.
KVUE and other news outlets have been pushing ERCOT to release records related to the power crisis during the winter storm. But ERCOT refuses to release those records, arguing that it's not a government entity, even though it controls our power grid and also operates on public funds. The KVUE defenders pushed the governor to respond, and now advocates for government transparency are saying that ERCOT should make those records public. Back in February, when the snowstorm hit and the lights went out, millions of Texans were left without power for days. After the snow cleared, people filed dozens of lawsuits against ERCOT. But the agency claims it has sovereign immunity, and thereby it's protected from lawsuits like government agencies are. At the same time, ERCOT argues it doesn't have to follow open records laws and make information public. The managing attorney of the Institute for Justice Texas office, Arif Punju, had this to say.
You can't claim immunity as if you're a governmental entity and then shield yourself from an open records request that the government is required to comply with.
Governor Abbott signed 2 bills earlier this week which make changes to ERCOT and require power plants to weatherize. But neither of those bills require ERCOT to make information public like other proposed legislation would have. We asked the governor whether he thought ERCOT has made enough records open to the public.
I'm asking if you think that information we have requested multiple media outlets from the Public Information Act is a sufficient amount of information that's been given to the public.
And so I have no way of knowing what has been received by the press through Public Information Act requests.
One amendment to Senate Bill 3 would have required ERCOT to share information affecting residential customers with the Public Utility Commission of Texas. That bill passed, but the specific amendment was cut. Punju told us people should be worried the public hasn't received more information from ERCOT because the lack of transparency means there's something to hide.
That's really what the Public Information Act is all about, and it applies to entities that wield power and that have been either intertwined with government power or are the government, and that's what we have here.
The latest state records show more than 100 people died during the winter storm. We'll make sure that we update you as soon as ERCOT makes any more information or records publicly available. In Austin, for the KVUE Defenders, I'm Brad Stryker.
The KVUE defenders reached out to ERCOT asking for a statement about why the agency claims sovereign immunity, yet doesn't comply with the Texas Public Information Act. A spokesperson for the agency said she's looking into our request and will respond tomorrow.